The financial crisis has led to all sorts of rules being changed in Britain, and it's the little people who are affected by most of them. For many years, people with physical disabilities had been told by their doctors that they didn't have to work and would receive state benefits instead. Not anymore. This young man has cerebral palsy and can't walk without sticks. But the new rules have overturned everything his doctors have always told him. He's been ruled fit to work, and so work he must, even if he has no idea how he'll cope with it. He's appealing against the decision and is sufficiently frightened that he didn't want us to identify him. Based on your experience of assessment, do you think that they are trying to understand the limitations of what you can do, or is it that they're trying to ignore your limitations and put you into a box somehow?
I think they're definitely point blank ignoring them. When I received the assessment results back, I read them and there was absolutely no mention to me of any of my difficulties involving my disability. It was as if the element of my disability was completely removed from the equation.
The government insists the old system wrote the disabled off and consigned thousands to a life on benefits when they could actually be enjoying work. Yet campaigners for many disabled people say the reality is people being forced to do things they're physically or mentally incapable of at great risk to their health.
The slightest wee cut to their benefit or anything else just sends them over the edge, and the edge is really where they're heading. Causes huge stress, adds to their mental health problems. Even if they didn't have any, they're certain to have them now.
So these are people who are suffering poverty in the first place because of their disability.
Definitely.
And having their benefits taken away is tipping them into what exactly?
Suicide. Of course, many disabled people can't possibly go to work and need help all the time, but it's likely that cuts will affect them too. The future, they say here, looks like what you see all the time in the developing world. Disabled people begging on the streets.
We already see non-disabled people and disabled people out on the streets already, and I think it's not an extreme view to say, well, if the government aims to take something like 20% of benefits away from disabled people in expenditure terms, then why would we not see more disabled people actually on the street having to beg? It's not too fantastical to imagine.
It's only a few months ago that the Paralympic Games in London were being celebrated by ministers as the proof that the able-bodied and disabled should be treated identically. How ironic that benefit cuts are increasingly doing exactly that.